Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Pomona Southside Historical Society. Now today I'm going to be talking about schools. Not the school buildings themselves, but the brick walls that surround some of our schools. Our historic brick walls. Now some of these bricks came from schools that were torn down and then put to use by building them around some of our schools. Not only am I going to be talking about the historical brick walls, but I also want to point out some of the flagpoles that are at our schools that have been around for some time. And what this is all leading to, you're just going to have to hold on and watch because it all gets explained at the end of the video. And also, I will add at the end Ren's tidbits, kind of jog your memory a little bit, see if you remember this certain thing that I'm going to put at the end. So anyway, let me go ahead and put the pictures up of these historic brick walls that have been around forever, and they're still around, and we'll be talking about the design and stuff. So anyway, let me go ahead and put the first pictures up. Now the first school you're looking at is Mendoza Elementary School, which used to be the old Hamilton Elementary School located on Hamilton. And if you notice the brick wall there, now that's been there forever, like the ones you're going to see. And if you notice the design on top of the brick wall, now they're pyramid shape, and all the way down, they're cement capped. So anyway, yeah, this wall has been there, like I said, for a very long time, and it might have come from another school that was torn down and then rebuilt. Okay, so let's move on to the next pictures. Okay, moving on. Next stop, Lincoln Elementary School, my old school. Again, check out the flagpole, and let's take a look at Lincoln School's historic brick walls that surround the school. Okay, you see what I mean about the design of the brick walls, how they used to build them back then? All the same. Okay, moving on to the final historic brick wall. Now I'm going to put a picture of an old elementary school, San Antonio Elementary School, that used to be there on San Antonio and Kingsley. Now, the brick wall that surrounds the Kingsley apartments is the exact same type of wall that I've been showing you in the other previous pictures. Now take a look at it and you'll see that it's the same. Pyramid caps, the bricks capped all the way down, and this wall surrounds the whole complex of Kingsley apartments. So let me go ahead and set these pictures up. And again, remember those flagpoles, okay? Alright, let me go ahead and set them pictures up. Okay, as I was telling you, this brick wall surrounds the whole complex of Kingsley Apartments. Now that's about the size of the school that used to be there, San Antonio Elementary School. Now, we're going to start talking about these flagpoles that I've been talking about through this whole video. Now I went back and took some pictures, and there on San Antonio, now if you take a real good close at that old picture of San Antonio Elementary School, you'll see a telephone pole there that they used to use for flagpoles back then. But sometime later on after that picture, they had replaced the flagpole with a more updated flagpole. And it looks like the same type of flagpole that I've been showing you throughout this whole video. So when they built Kingsley Apartments, they probably thought, well, maybe they might want to use the flagpole, so they left it there. And it's been there ever since, and looks like it hasn't been used. The cables broke, and yeah, it just sits there. So anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at these flagpole. And it's a historical flagpole. It belonged to the old San Antonio Elementary School, and it's still there. So let's go ahead and take a look at this historic flagpole. Okay, now, when you look at that old picture of Kingsley Elementary School, it was an old telephone pole. And sometime down the road, like I told you, they had changed it. And you could check out the same, they all look the same design and everything from Lincoln to, the old Hamilton, Mendoza Elementary School, and so on. So, anyway, yeah, and Boot the dog. Do any of you remember Boot the dog? He used to be here from 1971 to 1984. That they used to be there at Firehouse 183. Used to ride along with the fire guys when they're on to a call. Now Boot would also be in Christmas parades. He'd be out there barking away, and all the kids go, "Yeah, Boot, Boot," yelling Boot's name. But I ran into one of the firemen one day, and I asked them, "Hey, are you guys ever going to get another Boot?" And they said, well, it's a liability. They're afraid that Boot might bite somebody, so, they're not going to let any fire stations have any dogs like that anymore. But it was nice to have Boot when we did. Now, you can go to Firehouse 183 there on San Antonio, and they have Boot's fire hydrant there, and they got a little headstone out there for him also. And if you want to find out any more information about Boot, the time that he was there, you can walk inside and ask one of the guys. I'm sure they'd be glad to talk to you about Boot and what he was all about and what his duties were as a fire dog, a Dalmatian fire dog. That's what they used back in the old days. So anyway, I'm glad you were able to join me on this adventure finding some of Pomona's history, undiscovered history. I like digging up, getting dirty, and roll around in it. Any chance I get, and I'll come back and share it with you. And you know what? And like always, you take care, and you take care of those ones you love. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye.